Good morning, all. Good morning, all. So I think great things about an orchid collection that has a lot of different plants is that even in the middle of the summer, when it's the hottest time of the year and things typically aren't flowering, at least the big showy things aren't flowering, there's actually a lot of subtle things that are flowering, if that's what you're interested in. Oftentimes I'll show people my orchid collection, people who aren't maybe super familiar with what non-hybrid store-bought orchids look like, and they'll just be confused. And so I want to focus today on what's flowering, but I'm going to focus on some of the miniature things and some of the more subtle things. So I'm going to work my way backwards, and I'm going to start with the least subtle thing. So this is Dendrobium liperinum, and this is one of those Australian antelope orchids, and this just opened a few days ago, and this is a gorgeous plant. It's a beautiful plant, and the flowers are awesome. So I'm excited to see what this plant starts to look like over time as it gets mature and fills out. But this guy, Dendrobium tannii, is a little, I don't know if you'd call this a miniature. I guess it would be considered a miniature. But this guy has been flowering basically non-stop for 4 months. And it is a really rewarding, beautiful little plant that kind of flowers its head off all the time. So great to have that around. I'm going to move down the line. This isn't really a miniature, but I'm going to show it anyway. This is Laelia praestans. I have a handful of these. I got them from a compot, and I've had active flowers from this, from seedlings from this compot for I'd say at least 2 months. So this one flowered, this guy flowered before, this guy flowered before that, and then I've got a handful more down here. So, but then we have things like this Epidendrum melloporphyrinum, and this is not the showiest plant in the world because it's kind of a dark color, but really, really nice. Then we've got the Leptotis bicolor, which has been flowering on and off for a few months. Alright, now we're going to get into the real miniatures. So this is Dendrobium lichenastrum, and I just love these straight as foliage plants, but it's got these awesome little flowers. And if I can't get this to focus, I will put in a little close-up picture of that. But gorgeous plant. I love those plants. Alright, and then my little miniature section. So this is Cadettii taylori, and a very small little plant. I'll put in a close-up of this too, assuming that I'm not going to get it to focus. But sort of ever blooming. It's been sending up little flowers for a couple of months now. Arangus somalianus. Little subtle, beautiful plants when you focus on them. So a lot of little flowers going on, but really rewarding, and almost all year long there's something flowering. It's not always the huge showy dendrobiums. It's not always these things in pink that are coming everywhere. So hope you enjoyed the video. I think that summer is a pretty fun time for orchids, even if a lot of stuff isn't flowering, because you're getting a lot of vegetative growth. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, let me know in the comments that you want more of these, and what I'll do is I'll just, when I have new stuff flowering, I will, when I have a sort of a new batch of stuff coming in that's flowering that's interesting, I'll post some videos. Some of these Cattleyas are sort of maturing up, and once they do, there's going to be a lot more regular stuff flowering this spring and fall. So thanks very much. Bye bye. Is this Pleurophthalus alata? This is pretty new to me, but I'm gonna insert a close-up of this guy, because this has got some awesome little flowers on it. So that is very cool. I just got that at the Gila Orchid show a few weeks ago, and it's sending out a ton of spikes.